Welcome, my name is Peddler, and today I'm lucky to be joined by the YouTube athlete, Julius Yego. How are you, my brother?
I'm fine, thank you.
Welcome to the show. Bwana Yego, first of all, congratulations, because you've done what nobody else has done in this country. You are the first Kenyan to win the World Championship, to win gold in a field event. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. So, just a question. How did you discover that you have this talent? How did you come to discover it? And how did you nurture it up to this moment?
Thank you. You know, talent is a God-given thing. And for me, you know, I had interest when I was still in primary school. And, you know, I used to watch my brother, elder brother, he was very good in javelin, but he stopped. He had a very bad injury when we were playing football in school, so he had a problem with his shoulder. And you know, for javelin, if the shoulder is dead and then you just leave it, you can never throw again. And you know, that's where now I built the interest. And again, in 2004, when the Olympics was being done in Athens. So one of the favorites athletes to win was, you know, he became even the Olympic champion at that time. He was still young, Andres Tolkisten from Norway. So I used to like it that much because, you know, he was young, but he was very good in javelin. You know, he is a legend in javelin, of course, and you know that now gave me that motivation, you know, to try and see if I can make it too. So from then, now I started from there.
Well, and I also remember that during the 2015, was it Olympics? When was it?
2016.
2016, yeah. I remember you threw once, you got an injury, and then, but you got silver. And then that guy, I can't remember his name. He
Thomas.
Thomas. Yeah, Thomas. Yeah. He just came last. He threw the last one. We thought we had gold, and then he overtook us.
You know, in javelin, you know, in field events, it's a funny event, and you know, like for javelin, you never know at what point, you know, at what attempt you will make a big throw. And of course, when we were going for the Olympics, Thomas was really, he was number one by then. He was world number one. You know, he had the world lead by then, and you know, at that point, of course, I knew when I got injured that you know, I will not be lucky to win it, and you know, I just put my prayer to God that maybe if I don't win it, then just to get a medal, because Olympics, when you win a medal, you know, it's a great achievement. Yeah, it's a great achievement. And for me, you know, I always say that even though I didn't win in 2016, it is one of the memorable occasion for me in javelin, because you know, having one throw, 88 meters, getting a silver, and you know, and we had, you know, the best throwers at that point, because if you will see the list of the finalists in Olympics,
yes,
those were the athletes who were,
top.
Anybody was capable of winning that thing. Yeah. You know, we had at that point we had the current Olympic champion in 2012, Keshon Walcott, of course, Thomas, Feta, and you know, Tero from Finland. You know, it was a complete set of...
You've even acquired the accent. Yeah. And I can also remember that, you see, like, you went to school, you read at Kapsabet Boys, eh?
Yeah.
And these Kapsabet Boys, I don't know what is with Kapsabet Boys, it has really produced, rather than education, they are academic giants. But they have also produced some of the finest athletes. But there are people, still young people, who have these talents, but they complain that their talents are not being recognized. Maybe they blame the government. So they say that they are dying with their talents, government is not doing anything. What can they do, just like you did, so that you came to you drew international attention? Should they continue blaming government, or what should they do?
You know, for anything sporty, you know, you have to start by yourself. You don't just wait for the government to come and support you. You know, when you have the talent, you know, show it. And you know, of course, the government will come and support when you make it to the national team, because like the culture we have in Kenya is that not unless you make to the national team, you cannot be supported. Now it should start with, you know, we can make claims that yes, maybe the government is not supporting. But for me, you know, before I became fame,
Yes.
I tried on my own. And now the support came, and the support came after, which is nice. So we should stop, you know, the kind of claims we have that maybe the government is not supporting. Start by yourself, you know. Show that determination and focus. And then, of course,
now ulijifunza through YouTube. Through YouTube. Because wewe unaitwa YouTube athlete. Ulijifunza through YouTube.
You know, this thing YouTube, you know, is a funny thing. It came from the media, by the way. Many people doesn't know. You know, when I won the gold in the All African Games in 2011. So, of course, after every competition, we have the media section. And, you know, when I went for the interview, everybody wanted to know that,
how did you make it?
How did you make it? Just because it was the first time Kenya was winning a Javelin gold, you know, in All African Games. So one of the guys from the media asked me, they wanted to interview my own coach. And by then, for sure, I didn't have a coach. The coach we had by then was, you know, a long distance coach. So I didn't want to embarrass.
So you are interacting through internet?
Yeah, of course I used to watch, and then even now I still watch, you know, what kind of things people are doing. Even my competitors, I have to see on YouTube what these guys are doing different from me. Of course I apply the same. What is important to me is, you know, just to know what is being done. You know, the program I'm doing this year is not the same as next year, because now everything is changing every day.
How did you meet your coach? Is it just through the internet or?
No, you know, my current coach is Amenya, and
no, the first coach.
The first coach, you know, I met him in 2011. When now I won the All African Games, so I had now the opportunity, you know, to interact with the outside world.
Oh, I remember All African Games was your first gold.
Yeah.
That was your first, and so far you have around 5 or 6 gold, and then a silver and a bronze. That is a great achievement, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you know, young people look up to you. Young people look at you as a mentor, and they really want to. And now, Bana Julius, you know, in our sport, Kenya is a sporting country, but there are these cases of doping, and especially on track events, especially although our athletes are doing very well. What is your take? What is your perception on these doping things? Because we are doing well, but a few cases, just a few individuals, others knowingly or unknowingly are found maybe using these things. What is your take on doping in the sport, in sporting in this country?
You know, for me, I always believe that, and that remains the same. You know, a good athlete will be a good athlete, and
yes.
When you start to dope, that's a failure. And you know, I don't want to, you know, to win something knowing that I cheated.
You don't want to cut corners.
So there is no shortcut to success. You have to work for it. And for the few cases we have in Kenya, no, it's a big problem. You know, not even in Kenya. Of course, we have to say that many cases have been said about Kenya.
Yes.
And of course, we've had top athletes, you know, being caught on this, and it's not good. You know, it's not good. It's a bad thing. It's a bad picture for us. But of course, we have very good people in Kenya. You know, we have great talents. But the few cases we have, you know, people want to take a shortcut. You know, they don't want to go the right way. You know, someone will dope because anataka tu kupata place.
Anataka ajenge jina haraka.
But you know, a cheat is always a cheat, and you know, I don't support that at all, and I'm against doping.
Yeah.
That thing is not good. It's not good for everybody.
Yeah. And I remember there is also somebody there are this somebody sending me a text here. These ladies, they are asking, are you married?
Yeah, I'm married.
They thought you were available, maybe.
No, I was taken way back. No, I'm married, happy family with 2 boys. So yeah, I'm a married guy. 2
boys.
2 boys.
And maybe they'll become athletes in the future, just like their dad. Eh?
Yeah, they look strong. I hope so. You know, sometimes you can be a great athlete, and you know, the children doesn't take that way. But of course, I love to see which talent they will be interested in.
Yeah, they follow their talents. Yeah. So how do you manage sports and family affairs Because you know the family is also family first, and they also need their time. How do you manage? Because most of the time you are in training.
But I stay with them, of course. My wife works in Nairobi, and I stay with them always. You know, family comes first, and then sport is second. That is
family first. I like that.
First, so and we just manage it. So, of course, I miss them when I'm not around, when I'm not in Kenya. When I've gone out to compete or just for a training camp. Of course, you have to miss them, but they make me strong. You know, when you have a family, everything becomes good.
Do you have any political ambition, maybe, in future?
Not now.
Because you are a leader. You are a leader.
I've never thought about it. You know, many people have been asking me that can you try to be, you know, to fight for any political seat. But for now, you know, I'm a police officer and we're not supposed to talk politics. But of course, if I want to, of course. But not now. I'm still an active athlete. Maybe in future, but I have not decided about.
Maybe in future.
Yeah.
But I can't let you go without asking you about corruption in this country, because it affects even sports. Corruption. Have you ever felt at one time maybe this corruption affected you in one way or another, because it is really ailing our sport? Because as we can speak now. The former sports cabinet secretary Wario was arrested, was taken to court for some misappropriation, and even Kipchoge, the legend Kipchoge Keino, although he was now turned into state witness on the case. This corruption, man, has it affected you in any way as an athlete? Forget about as a police officer now. I'm talking about, you know, corruption in sporting.
Corruption is a cancer, and you know, I hate it. I hate it, you know, because you know, it denies the common man, you know, fairness. And, you know, in Africa, I think corruption is the worst thing that has made Africa just to, you know, to remain at that one country. Remember, Kenya was sometimes, you know, in the same category with India, but India now is
much better. It's done well.
It's almost being among the superpowers in the world, and I think corruption has killed many things in Kenya, and I hate corruption,
especially athletes.
Yeah, of course, you know, when leaders are corrupt, you know, it means now they're taking a lot of you know, resources meant for athletes.
Yeah, because this corruption is taken even in football. You find that there are very good talents down there, but because that boy does not know anybody, the people take their own people, and then they leave the best people. People say that Harambee Stars will be doing much better.
You know, I can say that.
Because you are a fan of Arsenal, I
I'm an Arsenal fan. And, you know, I came to realize that in Kenya, maybe in athletics, of course, we have corrupt leaders.
Yes.
And but I think it's not that rampant, because for me, if I go to Europe and compete, my manager will give me my own money. But you know, leaders, of course, will have people who are corrupt. I think in football, you know, I came to realize that I think they don't get the real support. And let me tell you, on my own assumption, when Kenya beat Ethiopia here, I came to realize that it is because of the support, you know, we show them before that match.
Monetary support.
Yeah, and of course, when the government said that they will give them 50 million, you know, I was here when the deputy president was talking about it. And then I had time to interact with, you know, I was talking with Mr. Kaberia, the PS for Sports, Mr. Mwendwa. You know, I asked them that how much are you paying these people when now they are in the international representing Kenya?
Yeah, this country. And then they are making us proud.
And you know, he quotes some figure that 5,000 per day is that worth it? It's not. It's not, let me tell you. You cannot say you take Victor from Tottenham to come and represent Kenya, where he's earning millions of money in a week, and you give me 5,000. It doesn't make sense.
It kills even the morale.
Yeah, he will not play well. But you know, when they were given the money, like what Songo promised them, you know, it's that mandatory support that made the Harambee Stars to win.
But word has it that maybe they have not even received the 50M. Are you aware? They have not.
According to me, you know, according to how I understood it, you know, the deputy president said that if they will qualify for AFCON, they will get the 50 million. It was not to win against Ethiopia. But if they win,
if they
qualify for AFCON, they will get the 50
That is where Kenyans got it wrong. And
yeah,
you know
that's
when
right.
they blew it, they started saying that the DP promised them, he has not given them. Like personally, I understand that he said after they qualify for AFCON is when they were going to be given the money.
Even the players themselves, they know when they will get the 50 million. If they qualify, you know, then I'm sure they will be given the money. And of course, I was asking Mwendo again that how comes that you know, the head coach was not being paid for 3 months, you know, his salary. And do you think that person will give all his best?
No, he cannot.
He cannot. So we should just be, you know, be considerate of others, because even me, I will not be happy if someone, you know, anakalia salary yangu. I have to, that is my right. And he's working for the team, and the team now has, you know, they are playing so well. I was so happy when Kenya was winning. You know, there's nothing sweeter than that.
Do you think maybe it's because they allowed people for free? You know, Kenyans love the free things. Maybe because they were allowed into the stadium, maybe Ethiopians were scared. But if that is what it takes for us to win matches, should we be doing that going forward?
I think in football, you know, it's a collective sport, and you know, if the team is playing well, you expect the fans to fill the stadium. But if the team is not playing well, and then fans will not come. But because now Harambee Stars are playing beautiful football, you know, they are playing well, so everybody want to come and watch. I remember, you know, one of the coaches was saying that if you see, if fans are coming to the stadium to watch a game which is, you know, players are not playing well, what watatoka? Even in big matches, look at maybe English Premier League. If a team is losing, the fans will start getting out of the stadium. But if they are playing well, of course, we will always be there. But it was a good thing, you know, when the government said that, you know, it was a free entry, and you know, it's the team, the morale. You know, there were fireworks in the stadium because I was here, and everybody was.
It was thunderous.
Really happy. Yeah,
it was thunderous.
It was so nice. And, you know, I love that.
Yeah. And you are a very big fan of Arsenal, eh? So what do you think? Do you think Emery, our new coach? I'm also a national supporter, and Baba is a national supporter. President is a national supporter. This Arsenal has so many supporters. But do you think the new coach is doing something that maybe will propel us now as Arsenal fans, will propel us at least to greater heights? Do you think he's doing a good job than Wenger compared to Wenger?
You know, Arsene Wenger will remain Arsene Wenger. You know, he has his record. He has his record in Arsenal, and you know, I think Unai Emery is he's doing well, because at the moment Arsenal are playing so well. You know, after, you know, poor start losing against Man City and champions Chelsea,
they started laughing at us.
No, but I think, you know, when there are changes, you expect, you know, you know, to undergo a transition. But I think for him, he's doing so well. Arsenal will go far, because you know, there is another atmosphere now at you know, Colony training ground, and I think he's doing so well. I'm sure, you know, 2-3 seasons and Arsenal will now be, you know, going for the title. And you know, you never know in football. You never know. When Leicester was winning, nobody expected it. But you know, the transition we are going through now, I think, with the new blood in the team, you know, in midfield now we're doing so well. I think that is where we were. You know, we didn't have someone like, you know, Torreira is doing so well. Yeah. So when we have such a player in the team, and you know, he has the stamina, he can play all week, all the season, like Kante is doing in Chelsea.
Yes.
You know, when you have such kind of players, and then you expect, you know, to win.
And I also heard Arsenal fans say that the word failure is no longer in our dictionary. So those other small teams like Chelsea, Man U, or Man City, or whatever, we don't care. Anyway, as we finish, Bana Julius, what do you have to tell the youths of this country, maybe those who feel that they have a talent, but this talent is not being recognized, and maybe nurtured? What do you have to tell them? One word as we finish.
For me, I will tell them, you know, be determined, discipline in training, personal discipline, focus, and come out. You know, don't complain don't start complain after you have done so well and the support is not there. You know, you have to start it by your own.
Do your best.
Yeah, come up. No, I always believe that you know, a successful athlete. You know, I always take for an example of Kipchoge. You know, I think very few people will follow what he's doing, because even me, I cannot manage to do how he's doing. He is a different, he's in another world. That guy is he's a superhuman.
Oh, Kipchoge, the one who won that marathon.
Yeah, the one
that is historic.
Yeah,
that was historic.
When you see his, you know, when you follow his, you know, training program and see, then it's so difficult.
He has won 10. Is it 10 races? Marathon. It's only one.
It's only one. He
came number 2.
Lost, yeah, and I think
he didn't even lose. Number 2 is like, you know, these people when they start, there are so many. So it's a good trial. Anyway, Bwana Julius Yego, I'm really glad that you joined us today. And to my viewers, I just want to tell you to keep it here. This is the show. This is the show to watch. If you are not watching the Banana Peddler show, then you are not watching any show. From Kasarani Stadium, my name is Banana Peddler. See you again next time.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.